If you're not doing the tactical clean, you are missing out. And if you're wondering what the benefit of doing this tactical clean is instead of the classic kettlebell clean, stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to walk you through exactly how to execute this underrated exercise step by step while addressing when and why you might want to use this in place of the regular old kettlebell clean. With that said, let's dive in. First things first, if you're not already familiar with the kettlebell clean as an exercise, I would highly recommend familiarizing yourself with the movement via this video here, because the tactical clean starts out exactly like the kettlebell clean, with one of the most crucial steps being to tame the arc on the upswing, meaning that rather than allowing your upper arm to peel away from your rib cage, nice and tight to your body by keeping the upper arm close to the rib cage, which is going to make your catch on the hand switch much easier, which I'll address later in this video. Just make sure that on your upswing, the kettlebell handle is sitting in the root of your finger and that you're not over squeezing the handle in your palm. Too tight of a grip and it makes for an awkward hand transition. Too loose of a grip and you'll launch your kettlebell. So think firm but relaxed, kind of like you're jerking off. And speaking of hand positioning, there is one extremely important detail in hand position with the tactical clean that is going to make this transition between hands super smooth. You see on the upswing, you want to think about not only taming the arc, but also it's crucial that you rotate your thumb up towards the sky on your kettlebell handle and that you aim the kettlebell towards the opposite shoulder where you will have your non-kettlebell hand ready to receive the kettlebell. Because this allows you to take the non-kettlebell hand and bump the corner of the kettlebell handle on the index finger side during the catch, which prevents the kettlebell from crashing into your forearm. And this, by the way, is one of my favorite uses of the tactical clean in a program, to help a person refine their hand insertion for the classic clean, because the regular kettlebell clean involves some really fine motor skills on the hand insertion due to a transfer of the handle between the root of the finger to the heel of the palm on the same hand, which can be a lot to wrap your head around at once while trying to learn the concept of inserting your hand through the handle for the catch. Whereas with a tactical clean, it's a gross motor skill similar to going in for a handshake, but rather than reaching your hand out to the kettlebell, you bring the kettlebell to you. However, there is still one little detail I'd like to address with the tactical clean. On the way up, there is a small weight shift that happens between feet as you start using heavier kettlebells, and it happens as the kettlebell clears the front of your legs on the upswing, which will smoothly lead into the catch we just covered. And now that we've addressed the up phase, what about the downward phase of this exercise? The truth is, the downward phase of the tactical clean is just like a clean. Step 1, rotate your palm so it faces you. Step 2, drop the kettlebell as if you were trying to crack the case to your family jewels. And step 3, wait for the forearm to make contact with your hip before you send your hips back, which will reduce stress on your lower back by keeping the body of the kettlebell closer to your center of mass, and make for a smooth transition for your next rep. And while the tactical clean is great to use to help with refinement of the hand insertion on your kettlebell clean, there is an even better use for it in a program. It's fun. I don't know when training got so serious, but the reality is this. If your training gets repetitive, boring, or you don't enjoy it, it doesn't matter if it's the most science-based training out there for optimal results, because you just won't stick with it if you're not having a good time. The reality is this. The number one reason myself and so many other busy professionals use kettlebells is because exercises like the tactical clean make training enjoyable. So if you feel like you're ready to build functional strength from home with creative, time-efficient workouts, grab 75% off your first month of the Kettlebell Strength Collective via the link in the description below. All I need from you is 40 to 60 minutes, 3 times per week, and you can easily upgrade or downgrade your membership at any time from your own dashboard. So, if you've been looking for kettlebell programming that incorporates fun techniques like this, claim your first month for just $9, and I'll see you in the app.